What if your past, your mistakes and failures did not define your identity? What if God actually uses those failures to move you toward His purpose for your life? What if God really is working all things together for your good?
Hey SU Small Groups, my name is Haley, and I want to start this video by saying thank you. We as a staff, we're so excited and we are thankful that you have said yes to small groups and yes to growing deeper into the relationships around you and deeper into your walk with Christ. We are excited and we cannot wait to celebrate all the wins that happen out of this small group season. We are in week 2 of our failure series, and Pastor Jordan preached an incredible message this past Sunday on the return on the failure of ego. And we read in Matthew chapter 16 where Jesus, he's talking to Simon Peter, and he gives him that powerful name, and he begins to tell him about how he has an important role to play in the start of the Christian church. But then just a few short verses later, just 2 verses really, in my Bible, you don't even get to turn the page before you see Jesus is now rebuking Simon Peter for Simon Peter attempting to rebuke Jesus. And can I just be honest with you for a moment and say, that doesn't go well. I know even in my life, I've prayed some prayers where I want to say I was asking for Jesus to do something. I was asking for his help when, if I was really honest with myself, there were moments where I've prayed and I've essentially told Jesus what I thought should happen or how things should go. And that doesn't, in that moment, doesn't end very well. For Simon Peter, it actually resulted in Jesus referring to him as Satan. But thankfully, we serve an incredibly good God that can take these moments where we fail in our pride and in ego, and he can redeem those. And he can bring good from those. We see it in Simon Peter's life. We saw it on Sunday as we then can read in Acts how he leads what is essentially the first church service, and he preaches, and over 3,000 people receive salvation. And on Sunday, Pastor Jordan, he mentioned and referred to 2 different types of failures that we have in our life. There's good failure and there's bad failure. And just real quickly, I wanted to read those for us as a recap from Sunday. And it said that good failure, the source is always God. Where bad failure, the source is always us. Good failure leads to self-awareness and accountability, and bad failure leads to self-justification and denial. And finally, good failure prods me forward toward conviction, while bad failure keeps me stuck in condemnation. And so that's what we want to spend a few moments talking about tonight in our small groups. We have just 3 things that we want you to discuss as a group and share. First, share maybe a bad failure that you've experienced. One where there was some denial involved, or maybe it left you stuck in some condemnation. Then let's talk about the good. Share a good failure where you've learned from it and actually pushed you closer in your relationship with Jesus. And finally, spend a few moments talking about ways where we can come together and we can help walk each other through both the good and the bad. Well, we hope you have an incredible time at small group this week. We are, again, just so thankful for you and your family, and I can't wait to see you on Sunday.